Yeah, so I was just going to ask you, like, now that, I mean, so now with everything you've learned throughout the last, however many years, 8 years that you've been constantly improving your finances, how are you dealing with the whole COVID situation yourself?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess I was really lucky that I started reading up on this 2016. So there was a crash as well. I forget why there was a crash, but back when I first started reading up on investing, there was a huge crash. The markets were quite low as well.
So if this is 2018 then, or is it 2016? Okay, I'm not sure what the 2016 one is.
I think it's the Fed's correction. The Fed decided to change their policy, to increase interest rates. So at that point in time, the market reacted. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So back then, I didn't know what happened. I was just starting my reading, but it made me realize that I do need an emergency fund. Right. And I know people typically recommend 6 months, but being in my line of work, I was actually more comfortable with 24 months. Yeah. So I was
just want to clarify. So 24 months. You mentioned you take out 2,500 a month, or that was your salary that you gave. Does that mean you were saving up 2,500 times 24, or is that like, are you just talking about your own expenses?
Yeah. Well, actually, because I was always thinking in terms of me and my wife. So if our yearly expenses is about 60,000, 70,000, I'm comfortable having twice of that. Yeah. A lot of people are saying 6 months, but I always kind of imagine the worst case scenario. And I guess now it's really the worst case scenario, where if this drags on long term, it could be 1 or 2 years. And 6 months, I don't know if you can survive on 6 months. So I always thought I would need 24 months. So I had that 24 months. So even right now, when things are rough, I can still continue drawing on that salary. And I guess when times are good, socking away a lot of money into like CPF, into Singapore savings bonds, fixed deposits, dividend stocks. So even though now the dividend is cut, the bonds are still giving me that income. So in a sense, it's not that much, but it still helped me to maintain my lifestyle. So I'm not too worried yet.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's cool. Very cool.
Very impressive. Saved up 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I wish I invested in equities back then, but I guess I have to make do with the bonds now.
It's okay. It's always a composite, right? Over time, you just kind of pick up at good times different asset classes. Right, but yeah, start with what you're comfortable. So I think you started there. That's where you're comfortable, and then over the past few years, you learn. And so in the next few years, you will find opportunities to enter, right? So time is always that factor that's not always discussed, but as we go along, we learn more things. So that's cool. Yeah. And I always tell people to save up a year, but you're telling people to do 2 years. So it's like, oh yeah, you want out me.
I'm very kiasu.
Yeah, you Singapore essence, amazing.
I guess in a way, I see my savings bonds as kind of like a emergency fund as well, because all I need to do is just give 1 month notice. Yeah. So if you're gonna put in the bonds anyway, then might as well just save up more and put it there.
Fair. Yeah. So where do you buy the savings bond through?
iBanking. So the DBS iBanking, I think you can apply.
Okay, directly from iBank. Okay.
Directly, yeah. But of course, the rates now are not that great.
It's okay. It's okay. Chang, you wanted to ask?
Hey, this is CS from More Money Malaysia. We are a platform dedicated to helping Malaysians like you make smart financial decisions. And the way we do that is through providing you with actionable advice, such as the video you just saw, right? But we're not here just to become your intellectual entertainment. We really do want to see you succeed, because we want to see you live that ultimate life that you've always dreamt of, right? And in order for us to do that, what we've decided to do is we want to help make it easier for you by providing different types of rewards throughout the months. So make sure you check out the description below. click on that link and see what type of reward you might be able to qualify for by taking action right now. And if you have any other questions about any of this, feel free to contact us wherever you find us. Take care.